Hi, it's Phil Stone. Welcome to Turn On's training series, Job Posting for Master Distributors. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through very basic information here. So if you're really comfortable with job posting sites, this probably isn't for you. But if you'd like maybe a brush up, a little different perspective, then go ahead and jump in. Realize that you can pause this at any point in time because I'm going to go through it rather fast. So first of all, there are lots of job posting sites out there all over the place. Many of them are free, many of them are paid. For example, Monster.com will charge you anywhere from $200 to $400 for an ad. But keeping in mind, as a master distributor, if you bring in other master distributors, bringing in one can actually pay for that ad. Career Builder, same kind of thing. You post more job ads, you save some money. But this could be expensive. So what we're going to talk about mostly here is Craigslist. Now, I want to point out something else, too. Don't forget, there are people looking for jobs and positions that post their resume on posting sites. I used to have a subscription to Zillion Resumes, and what I did is I looked through them and called people, got results doing that. No question about the fact that this works well. So first of all, if you want to go to Craigslist and get it going, you go to Craigslist.com, you select a state or city on the right side, and note some cities charge for an ad. And then on the left, you click Post to Classifieds. Then you click Job Offered and Continue. Now, the next screen, you can either log onto your account or you can apply for an account. So if you're applying for your first account, you'll get a screen that looks like this one. You'll be asked to set up the account, and all you need to have one Craigslist account is a unique email address. That fact in mind, you realistically could set up more than one account, couldn't you? Solve the CAPTCHA, create an account, pick a password, and then log in for your placement of your ad. Just log in right there, and then you'll start with Job Offered again, continue. Sales jobs is really where you want this to go. As a matter of fact, there are some of these resume type sites, the job posting sites, that don't allow MLM of any kind. And since we don't technically have an MLM here, it's really a sales job. Put in the title and the location and city that you've selected. Click the Anonymize Your Email radio button so that your email address doesn't show up. And by the way, while we're talking about that, you notice here that what we did is we picked Stone Marketing Limited at gmail.com. Pick a name that sounds like a business, important, and write an ad. And boy, I mean, try things. Try one thing in one area, one thing in another area. See what gets the best results. What we had here is major expansion into U.S. for European Beverage Company, which actually isn't exactly true, but we were just trying things. Carbonated aphrodisiac beverage, already been featured on Letterman, on Donald Trump's radio show, Fox News. Excellent opportunity for both retail and online sales with recurring commissions from reorder business. Perfect for clubs, lounges, casinos, health clubs, spas, convenience stores. Didn't even spell convenience in there correctly. Think about when Red Bull came into the U.S. and what a product like this will do. Be first to the market. Perfect for adults of all ages. Please send resume, previous experience, and income requirements to the above email. So that way, when you get this, you should have a resume that comes out too. So select the compensation, and what you need to do there is check the ask so that they ask what the compensation is. Click part-time. Might click on telecommuting OK if you want to try that. Then click continue. Review your ad. Make sure it's right. Edit if you need to. Go back, clean it up, fix it. And then go back to your account page and see your ad. They should say active. Now here's something that's important too. You can edit again, you can delete it again, but the most important thing is in a couple of days they'll allow you to repost it, because what happens is when you post the ad, your ad will show up right on top until the next person posts theirs, and then the next person posts theirs, and so your ad gets shoved down. What you want to do is you want to repost it every time you can so it goes back up to the top. Every time you do that, as amazing as it is, you'll get more leads from that same ad. Now, Career Builder, another place you can try as well, and a couple things I wanted to look at here. You see the title, Independent Sales Rep, Outside Sales, and you see it's been put up by Pinnacle Security. If you're doing this kind of thing, you want to make sure that you pick names and things that represent a corporation. Because that's really what people want when they're looking for a job. They want a job with a solid company, a corporate type job, that kind of a thing. Another good title, sales representative, advertising sales career. Mohana sales representatives. You notice they put a amount in here, $35,000 per year. You don't want to do that kind of thing. This is not something where you promise something and switch it around. Now this one, when I look at this one, I would almost bet you that this is a network marketing company. $150,000, realistic first year, work from home, be your own boss. Doesn't that sound like a network marketing style job? So just take a look at some of these things. The name, I'll give you another little clue here. Lifestyle design marketing. Customer service account manager from Central Payment. That sounds like a realistic thing. You want to look realistic. You want to look like something that appeals to the person who's looking for a job. Direct sales consultant, manager. Now this could well be a network marketing company as well. Network Resources LLC. But you see, you can't really tell for sure by looking at this ad. And if the ad is appealing, the person will click on it. And if they click on it and they actually fill everything in, send you the resume, you then have somebody really viable to talk to about this business. Okay, when you get the resume, don't just call the person right away. Evaluate the resume. I don't take a lot of time doing this, but look for reasons why they might want to be involved and reasons why they might not. For example, the reason why they might not is they say need $1,200 a week as a draw against commissions or something like that. Well, that could mean that the person is really, really desperate financially. Just look for things that fit, things that don't fit, and then what you're going to do, pick up the phone and call them. I mean, I know that you might be, tempted to send out a link to your website, but you really want to connect with the person. Really, really very important to do that. You're going to multiply your results dramatically by picking up the phone. You've got absolutely nothing to lose. And realistically, you have a very viable opportunity for these people, either as a distributor or as a master distributor in our turn-on structure. Be professional. When you pick up the phone, you call them, you say, hi, my name is Joe Smith with Turn On Beverages, and you responded to our ad in Craigslist. And I'm calling to follow that up, however way you want to say that. Now, you always want to ask permission to talk. And one of the reasons for that is that you say, hey, do you have a minute to discuss this? Do you have a minute to talk? Is this a good time right now? Whatever you choose. You want to do that because you don't want to get started in your discussion and for them to say, oh, hey, I can't talk right now, got to run, and now they have an excuse to drop you off the call before you are actually able to give them the full punchline of this whole thing. So make sure you ask them that, and then tell them the Turn On story. You can talk about Howard Hurst, marketing genius, how he launched Turn On, sold hundreds of thousands of cans of Turn On here in the United States, garnered a whole mess of celebrity endorsements, Donald Trump, David Letterman, Fox Morning Show, all kinds of things. Just absolutely amazing. The radio, TV press that it got. And he's completely closed down the operation because he was displeased with the direction of it. And we're now just launching a brand new distributor program. So right now in the United States, no one can buy Turn On except through this new distributor program. And what we're looking for are distributors. Ask questions. At that point, by the way, what I would typically do is say, based on what I've told you so far, what are your thoughts? Just to try to get a preliminary feel for where we're going to go with this. I can't tell you what to say next because what to say next is determined by what their answer is. So just kind of flow with it. What you want to do is you want to ask questions. You want to relate to them. If there's a point where you can say, so how long have you lived where you are? And there's something that you can relate to. Create that bond. Really, really important. Moving them towards either the site or a presentation you could do, or a recorded presentation, or a live webinar, something that you can get them engaged with, and make sure that you follow up. I mean, the key here is follow up. In every case, it's getting on the phone with them and following up. And in this circumstance, the best thing you can do, if you send them somewhere, obviously the moment you send them, you now lose control. So when you say, hey, I'll send you a link to my site, then the next thing to say is, I would imagine you'd have a chance to take a look at that, today being Monday, by tomorrow at some point, right? They typically will say yes, or they'll say, no, I won't be able to look till whenever. You say, okay, great. You figure out when they're going to be able to look, and you actually schedule a follow-up so you can find out what their thoughts are and answer their questions. And I typically would say, so, Mary, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you a call then, if you're going to be able to look at this by Tuesday. sometime Tuesday afternoon or early evening, which would be better for you, giving them an alternative choice. She says early evening. I say, okay, great. Sometime around 6, 7 o'clock. She says, yeah, that's great. I said, I'll tell you what. I'll pencil you in my book here, write you in for 6 o'clock, call you right then, okay? And do me a favor, put that in your book as well. And if something comes up, give me as much notice as possible. I do the same for you, okay? Fair enough? Great. Here's my number, blah, 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 and bang. You've got a set follow-up. Really important you do it like that. Now, if they tell you they need to try the product first before going forward, and I've gotten this a number of times, suggest they try the system to see how it works. I mean, give them your website. I mean, you realistically could probably send them out a couple of cans, but why not have them see how our system works? So give them your site address and then watch for an order. And obviously, if an order comes through, that means that they're really sincere and interested about this. Again, watch your follow-up in every case. If you have more questions about this program, connect with your master distributor for all the answers. We'll get you whatever you need. Make sure that you can do this comfortably. It's a real simple system. So now log on to the posting site and see how simple this really is. Thanks a lot for listening. Bye-bye.